everyone, welcome back to Body Haven Soaps. My name is Darlene and I am the owner and creator of Body Haven Soaps. Today's video is going to be on hemp lip balm that I make. It's a healing hemp lip balm. It's a pretty popular one that I sell. So we're going to go over making that. I will give the recipe throughout the video. So if that's something that interests you, keep on watching. All right, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to get all of our products in here, okay? So first of all, you guys, we have our beeswax. Now the beeswax, what that's going to do is it's going to firm it up, okay, and give us that lip balm texture. But it also adds a lot of vitamins and nutrients to this as well. Now you can go ahead and make this vegan using other waxes, that's fine. I like beeswax and what the properties that it brings, so that is what I'm using, but you can do whatever works for you. Okay, so we are going to put in 33 grams of beeswax. Okay, we're also going to put in cocoa butter. Now I use the cocoa butter wafers. If I was making a chocolate lip balm or something, I could use the unrefined cocoa butter. But because I am making this vanilla flavor, I don't want the cocoa in there that this naturally has, so I have got the refined cocoa wafers. We are going to put in 99 grams of cocoa wafers. Okay, so this is going to bring in a lot of moisture and vitamins and nutrients to the lips. It's also going to work as part of the firming agent because it does firm up once it's at room temperature. And it also creates that barrier on the lip to hold the moisture in. So 99 grams of cocoa butter. Oops. Good thing I don't have any soft oils in there. Okay. And then this is the hemp seed oil, and I use the unrefined. I want all of the nutrients and stuff in this product. So we are going to use 28 grams, okay, of unrefined hemp seed oil. Okay, and we're also going to put in 1 gram of glycerine and 1 gram of castor oil. I have those two mixed. These attract moisture and will help add that moisture and softness to the lips. It's really skin softening and attracts and holds that moisture to the lips. So we're going to put in 1 gram of each of those, glycerine and castor. All right, and I am going to, for the first time on this channel, use the microwave to melt this. I won't add my butters until afterwards, however. Okay? All right, guys, so I now have all of this melted down. As you can see, it's melted nice and clear. Okay. Throughout. Temperature on this right now is 160. Okay, and I just did a minute and then 30-second bursts in the microwave. I don't typically use the microwave. I don't want my shea butter and stuff to break down. I want it to be relevant in this with all of the properties. So I'll now add in the mango and shea butter afterwards, which will cool this down to where I can add the fragrance oil in sooner without destroying the properties of these butters. And we'll just stir and mix this in. Okay, so now that we have all of the shea and mango melted down in there, I'm just going to take a temperature read. We're at 150. Okay, it needs to cool down a little bit more before we can add in our flavor oil. So flavor oil, I have many different kinds. The two that I'm going to use today, because I'm going to use 50% of each. I have 100% natural vanilla that I got from Voyager soap. This is an unsweetened version, okay? And I'm going to put in 50% this blend. And then I have the flavor oil cupcake frosting, sweetened flavor oil. And I'm going to put in 50% blend of this. And I get this from Windy Point Soaps. Now, you have to make sure that you're using a flavor oil. You cannot use a fragrance oil in your lip products. It has to be a flavor oil, okay? So make sure you're using the right one. And on here, like Windy Points has on here their flash point for their flavor oils. Voyager has it on their website, so make sure you're looking at what the flash point is. If you put your flavor oils into your mixture when it's too hot, it becomes bitter. You get that kind of bitter smell to it because you actually don't taste these. It's just a scent. And that's why I mix with this one so that I can sweeten this up a bit. Another option, if you had the unsweetened kind, you could put stevia or something like that in there, some kind of sweetener. And it gives the brain the imagination that you're actually tasting something, but it's just a scent. But make sure it's a flavor oil. Okay, now I know both of these flavor oils, this one is 110 Fahrenheit is its flash point, and this one is 108. So I need to drop this down to 108 before adding these. Okay, I've already pre-measured this out. And for the flavor oil, I'm going to be putting in 18 grams. Now, when you're looking at your flavor oils, guys, make sure you look at your usage rate. Most of mine, I've got them just from the two places, and it's 1 to 5 on every last one of mine. But just make sure that you check that out prior to figuring out your percentage of flavor oil. I have not gotten any that's different than 1 to 5% usage rate, but if you order from a different company than I do, I can't promise that you won't. So make sure you're checking out that and following the manufacturer's directions, okay? So I'm just going to let this cool off for a couple minutes, and then we will add in that flavor oil. Okay, so this is pretty much down to the temperature I needed. I'm just going to grab something and I'll show you a quick trick. Okay, so this is something that I learned a couple of years ago when I was watching actually Brambleberry's videos. Take a cold spoon that you've had in the freezer and you just dip it in, and it cools your mixture down. And then you can actually feel to see how firm this is going to be. You can feel to see if it's going to be grainy, if there's any adjustments that need to be made, all of those types of things. You can put it on your lips and test it out. I love this trick because sometimes we don't get our ratios right, especially if you're creating a new batch, to make sure that you've done it right so that you know that it's not grainy and stuff. It is an awesome trick, so I would suggest you give that a try. Okay, and this is pretty much where I want to have it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce the flavor oil, and we're putting in 18 grams. And I blended the two together. You can just do a single one and add sweetener. You can do whatever your little heart desires. I do lots of lip products where I blend the different ones together, just because I like combining the different flavor oils. And you can see that dropped the temperature quite a bit. We just want to make sure we stir this for about a minute. Make sure that we get that flavor oil mixed through all of it. You're going to start to see it solidify once you add that in there, and that's fine. Don't panic. If it gets too thick, you can just quickly 10-second bursts liquefy it. It doesn't have to be a clear liquid when we pour it. It's just got to be pourable. I just want to make sure that that Flavour Oil is all through there. Okay, and we're going to start pouring this. So now I have these little tins that I pour this type in, that I have. And then I have these little ones, and these little ones here, they're just 15 milliliters. These are half an ounce metal containers. And I use these as little samples that I give away in my parcels and stuff. People really like the little samples, and it gives people a chance to try your product. So that's a good idea. And we just pour. This is actually thickening up a little too much to pour nice and evenly in these trays, so I'm going to just put it in the microwave for 10 seconds, loosen it up a little bit. And you guys can see 10 seconds was plenty enough to loosen this up. You don't want to put it in for a long period of time. You'll burn your flavor oils. You don't want the bitterness in there. Okay guys, so now we have this all poured. I'm going to let these cool completely before I put the caps on them so I don't have condensation. They don't take that long to cool because they're fairly small. But this is a great hydrating lip balm. And I don't put this stuff in the tubes, but I do have other round ones that I use. This is an infused oil lip balm that I did, and I do it in these round containers. So there's all kinds of options for containers for you. Once I'm done with these little ones here, I am going to be switching to all metal. I'm getting rid of all of the plastics and that in my company. Once I run out of what I've purchased, I'm switching to all 100% recyclable products such as glass and aluminum. So that's kind of my goal in the future. All right, but if you give this recipe a try, let me know how it goes, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.